All right, welcome to Monday Yoga. This is gentle yoga for all levels. And as you can see behind me, I have my beautiful mama here joining me today, and she'll be doing this whole practice in a chair, and I will do the practice on a mat. So if you're watching this later and you want to do a chair practice, this would be a great one for that. So you might share this with people who are in a chair. Mom just had a hip replacement a week ago, so she's pretty limited from movement around her hips, but she is going to do all the upper body stuff. Okay? So starting in a seated position, everybody, get comfortable. And if you are okay with this, close your eyes. Close your eyes so you can bring your attention inward. And I'll start this practice with a bold statement. Welcome to paradise. Somewhere here in you is a place of stillness and peace and calm and joy. And that place is here regardless of the external circumstances. It just takes a little effort to tap into this place. So that's what we'll do this hour. We'll find our paradise. We start with deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. Let each breath begin to make its way down into your body, through your throat, your shoulders, your ribs, down into your belly. And let yourself expand with these full breaths. As you exhale, there's a softness, there's a drawing inward. Navel comes to spine, ribs draw in, shoulders drop. And then the wave of breath comes again, filling up and emptying out. In these deep beginning breaths, in your mind's eye, picture a bullseye, big concentric circles around you. The outer circle are your concerns about the world. If you've been watching the news or reading the paper, you might have some concerns that are kind of connected to that outer ring. And just notice being pulled out there. The next ring inward we will call your world. Concerns about the place you live and the people you share this space with. Your bills today, your to-do list, your world. Notice yourself being pulled toward that. That's where you just came from. And the next ring inside of that we will call this world, this place we sit right now, and this screen that we share, these breaths we take together, this time we've set aside to be together on our mats or chairs. So let's reside in this world as much as possible for this time. In this world is this body. So move a little bit so that you can feel your hips where they rest. Your sitting bones, maybe your feet or your legs that are touching the earth, this body. Feel your hands on your legs, the temperature of air on your skin, the breath moving in this body The next ring inside of that would be your energy, your prana. So as you breathe, notice that. Is there excited energy? Is it kind of dull, tired energy? The next ring in would be your thoughts, your thinking mind, the emotions. And finally, the very inner center of this ring is a place called paradise. It's a soul at rest. It's a quiet mind. It's what we search for in these practices. So everyone, please bring your hands together in front of your heart in this gesture of gratitude. And just move your hands up and down a little bit like you're drawing a capital I. And imagine that that's just pointing you to this center beam, the middle of you that we're going to keep coming back to. Let your hands come all the way up. You can open your eyes if you like or keep them closed. Stretch tall and stretch up out of your waist. Pretend you're climbing a rope. And just start to feel that opening, that space between your ribs. You might even find yourself yawning or taking a deep breath. Reach tall, inhale a little deeper, and then just cactus your arms. Come out into a nice wide chest stretch. Elbows back a little, chest lifted. Breathe here. You might find a space here that hasn't received breath for a while. Let's move with our breath. Inhale tall. Exhale full. Do that just a few times. While I share with you a short quote by Deborah Adele. We all carry within us supreme strength, the fullness of wisdom, unquenchable joy. It is never thwarted and cannot be destroyed, but it is hidden deep, which is what makes life a problem. Bring your elbows wide and draw those hands together again. Interlace your fingers, and we're going to squeeze the elbows together. Pull your elbows down in front of you. So you're going to feel a little squeeze in your armpits. And then hands come up as high as they can, and then the elbows open. Look up at your hands, and then again, squeeze together, elbows touch, pull down, chin drops. Let's do that a few times. Inhale to open. Exhale to close. And you're squeezing your hands pretty hard. You're kind of creating some tension through the hands. Let's go one more time. Open the elbows, lift, let the fingers separate. Fingers touch the back of the head, and then slowly draw chin to chest and pause right here for a stretch in the back of your neck. Just let the weight of your hands pull your head forward. See if you feel anything between your shoulder blades. We're still taking that deep breath. And we're holding ourselves here in that circle of this life, this body, this breath. Release the head, release the hands down to your sides. Draw one ear to one shoulder. And then let your chin make some nice half circles in front of you. Just side to side. And find what's just right for you. Yeah, this feels good to you, huh? Yeah, you haven't been moving too much, so this is good. This is great. We say around here, motion is lotion. Just feeling the movement. And come back to center. If you have a strap near you, you could even use a sweatshirt or a scarf or just something that you can hold on to. Grab that. If you don't, it's okay. You can still do this movement. We're going to do what we call shoulder flossing. And I guess you're not going to be able to go all the way, but stretch your band wide and lift up. And you can just stay right there. If you have the range of motion, you could bring that behind you. You're going to hit the wall. Yeah. Good. So just go whatever range of motion you can as you stretch around your shoulders. And if you find that to be an easy motion, start to bring your fingers a little closer together. And find the place where it's a little challenging, but it's not painful. See about matching movement to breath. And let's take the band up high, reach as high as you can. Your arms are making a V, and just tilt to one side a little bit. Stretch that side so the top arm presses high, the bottom arm pulls down. Breathe into what you're finding right there. Come back to center and switch. Side body breath. Opening space that's been tight. And return to center. Slowly lower that band down, and you can just let it drop to one side of you. Shake out your hands. Get a little bit of energy in your fingertips, a little bit of heat. You're going to bring the hands together and rub them vigorously. Just get some life and heat in your hands. And when you feel your hands nice and hot, close your eyes. And you're just going to bring your hands in front of your face. You don't need to touch your face, but just create a little bit of a shadow in front of your face until your skin can feel the heat of your hands. And come in here to this circle of body, of breath, of this practice. And then just slowly let your hands lower like they're sharing warm energy with your whole body. Bring your hands to your knees and we'll do a seated cat and cow. So on the inhale, you're just going to lift your chest forward, and on the exhale, pull back. Make this as big as you can where you're sitting. Bring in that H sound with your breath, Ujjayi breath. And I'm going to invite anyone that's practicing in a chair to continue doing this. If you're on your mat, you can come around to all fours and continue with that motion of cat and cow on your hands and knees. You're going to start to find places in your body that are asking you to stay a little longer. So do that. Respond to what your body's asking for. For me, it always feels good to kind of explore and wiggle around at the edges. And then let's find a neutral spine. Engage your core. And we'll press back into child's pose. So if you're seated in a chair, my mom's just going to drop her head down and just stretch her upper back. You could fold your body down over your legs or join me on your mat in child's pose. Here in this position, you're finding breath in the back of your body. So see if you can feel that breath again moving through your throat, but now into the back of your lungs, between your shoulder blades, back ribs, the low back. stay in child's pose, or you can tuck your toes and lift into downward facing dog. Either way, let's take 3 more deep breaths together here. And then we will meet in a forward fold. If you're in a chair, just let your body drape down over your legs. If you're standing on your mat, come to forward fold with fingers touching elbows. On an inhale, press hands to shins, lift to the straightest spine you can find, and bring your hands right here. Good. Really exaggerate that lift. Let's exhale, fold again. And we'll do that a few times with breath. Strengthening the back. Press to lift and exhale to lower. The next time you lift, keep your knees soft and let yourself come up to the tallest spine you can find. If you're seated, it's chair mountain. If you're standing, it's mountain pose. We're gonna move with breath. So inhale the arms up overhead and exhale the hands to heart center. So you're gonna keep doing that. If you're standing with me, inhale, lift, hands meet at heart, sink into chair. And that can be a tall bar stool kind of chair, or it can be a deep stool kind of chair. Move with your breath. Flow with your breath. Can you hear that ujjayi sound like the ocean? Make this movement a little bit bigger. We'll go 2 more times. And pausing in mountain pose, arms at your sides. Take your feet just a little bit wider. We're just going to take an easy twist from side to side. Just across your body, whatever feels like an easy twist. If you're standing, you might swing a little bit more and let one heel come off the ground. Our goal is just to be here in the body, to feel breath, to feel energy changing, body moving, discovering the joy here in this body with all of its aches and all of its pleasures. And then release that twist, come to a wider stance with toes turned out to the corners. And we're just gonna come into an easy plie here. Let's add arms to this. Reach high and then bend your elbows to come down. Beautiful. This can be as big or small as you need it to be. These are called moonflowers. And if you want to change them a little bit, you can scoop down, come a little bit lower. Perfect. We're doing these today instead of sun salutation, so this is building heat. You can start to force that exhale a little bit more. We're going to go 2 more times. Joints warming up. On the next inhale, reach your fingers out as wide as you can. And again, there's this feeling like you're kind of climbing a rope, trying to get up higher than where you are. Cactus your arms, exhale. Beautiful. Hands come in front of the heart. Remember that beam that we're trying to draw into here in the center of us. If you haven't already, turn to face the wide edge of your mat. And we're going to use that wide edge for these next sequences. So turn your right toes out and bring yourself around into a lunge. We're going to come down to the ground and drop a knee. Okay. No, you just stay there. You can't move your hip. You might be able to bring this knee, this foot in more, in here more. So folks, either stay here on your knee or tuck your back toes and lift that knee. Yeah, you can do your calf exercises here. That's a good idea. Move into a twist. So I'll get the mat people started first. The left hand is on the floor. The right arm reaches up in the air, and you can be on your knee or your toes for this one. And for you, let's have you reach your left arm across your body. Just a seated chair twist, your right arm behind you. Yeah, just easy here. Okay. Put your hand down here. Okay, this one. There you go. Just use your chair for a little twist. Oh, perfect. Okay. There we go. Finding breath, coming back into this body, this space, this time. And lower your hand to the mat. Walk your hands through the center. Take your time here in a forward fold, and we'll just switch sides with that lunge and twist. So you can go right to your twist on the other side if you like. Over here on the side, drop your knee or tuck your toes, your choice. And then we'll create a twist here. Hand down, hand up. On or off your back knee. Exaggerate the breath. This layer of energy, capturing our attention, staying inside the circles. And returning back to that wide center. Bring your hands to the floor, or you could bring your hands to your knees, lengthen through the crown. Good. And then alternate bending one knee and then the other. Good. So you can just sit with a really tall spine and just do exactly what you're doing. Okay. Let's make our way back around to the right foot. And we're going to come into a warrior one. So drop the back knee and rise up. And you can just lift your arms in the air. Mama Bell is almost a yoga teacher. She hasn't quite finished the requirements of the training yet, but
never know if they're watching.
She's going to teach the people who have hip replacements. Good. Open out warrior two. Just take your arms. There you go. Beautiful. And look up, lift up. Perfect. Let's flow reverse warrior to side angle. And that works beautifully in a chair. Side to side. Really good, everybody. And you're just trying to find a space in your body. How much can you move? What feels restricted that you can move into a bit more? And the next time we come over that leg, we'll let our hands come to the floor and we'll transition through the middle again around to the left side. We'll pause there in the middle for a little breath or two if you like. When you're ready, ease yourself up. Warrior one. Rooting down into the earth, lifting up with your heart. Notice when your mind gets pulled outward and come back here. Warrior two. The warrior two is a wonderful pose to help you focus on being centered. Let your eyes rest on the left middle knuckle and give this all of your attention. Turning the left palm will start to move through that side angle and reverse. You might have woken up this morning with noticing limitations of your body or aches and pains. And I'm hoping that this movement is helping you just feel a little better in your own skin, all things considered. Do what we can, right? Let's take one more deep breath in, arm reaches back, and then slowly coming down to the ground. And we'll bring our hands to that wide center again. You can have your hands on your legs, lengthen through the crown, and exhale, fold. Let's do that together a few times. Lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. You can join us. One more time, lift up everybody, and we'll take a twist here.
Now you're supposed to be sitting 90 degrees, huh?
So the left hand, the right hand goes in the middle, the left arm twists high, and bring your arm across to the opposite leg. There you go, beautiful. Really nice, everybody, twist that opposite side. We'll do that a couple times, finding this rotation of the spine. We'll do that again one more time in both directions. Excellent. And release. Come back around to that right foot. You're going to step the back foot to meet the front foot. Come down into a forward fold. Knees are soft, head is down. Let this go a little deeper. Pressing hands to shins, lift up halfway and bring yourself to a tall spine. Mountain pose. So we're going to work on balance here. What's your good leg? Your left leg is your good leg. Okay, so we're going to start standing on our left leg, everybody. So put as much weight as you can in your left foot, and you can just lift your right heel maybe up onto your right toes. Turn that knee outward, not you, everybody else. And we'll find tree pose. Paul, look at you. Your balance has gotten so much better since you've started these practices. You're rocking a tall tree there. So your hands can stay in close or lift up high. Find your breath. No, you can't play pool while we're doing yoga. Sorry. Things you never thought you would have to say when you're teaching a yoga class. Good. Bring your hands back to heart center and find mountain pose. We have 20 minutes left.
Be nice.
Shift your weight to your right foot and bring the left knee out, tree pose. This is a really great opportunity to practice paying attention to those distractions that pull you away from your center and bring your attention back here. Really good. You can lift your arms high if you like. Just continue coming back here, back here, back here. Grandpa Ed is doing tree on the stairs, so for extra credit, go to the stairs. Bring your hands back to your heart. I'm going to take one more deep breath, arms overhead. If you can, interlace your fingers and turn your palms up. And use that as a stretch to make you the tallest you've been in a long time. Palms to the ceiling, shoulders away from the ears. Lengthen. Breathe, lift. Good, and then softly release back to your forward fold. We're gonna let our knees come down to the mat. And once again, we'll find child's pose. Good. Deep breath in, full breath out. Breath in the back of the body. And then finding your way around to seat. I'm going to work into some hamstring stretches here. Those are always crowd pleasers. Karen, I know you love working on hammies. So I'm going to get us started on the mat, and then I'll move over here to the folks in the chair. So we're going to start with our left leg extended and our right knee bent. And I'd like you to just face the left leg and just start to slide your fingers down toward the foot and back up. And we'll do that a few times. Let's just say 3 times forward and back. And on the 4th breath forward, you're going to hold the stretch. Okay, so for you, let's put this foot on a block. And you're just going to do the same thing. Just reach your fingers as far as you can without moving your hip.
She can't bend.
And then back up. Yep, and then back up.
Don't bend forward.
She's bending from her shoulders. I'm the trained professional here.
The doctor said no, 90 degrees.
It's not 90. I got this. I got it. Tiffany, will you call your dad?
90 degrees.
Oh, back to center. Good. And switch, just nice and easy. So we'll keep that foot on the, we can keep this one here. And so just as far as you can towards your foot and back. 3 times, and then on the 4th time, you're just going to hold your stretch. And when you get to that place where you feel sensation, and for you it's probably more upper body, some of you might feel this in your low back. If you'd like to feel more hamstring, you can straighten your spine so you're moving more from the hips. Find that deep, full, and slow breath. And we'll come back to center. All right, we're going to move into a deep twist. So on this one, let me get you started on the easy entry point, and we'll move from there. So you're just going to twist to the right, your left hand on the arm of the chair, your right arm behind you, just like that. If you want something a little deeper when you're on the floor, everybody bend your left knee. Bend your left knee. Bring your left arm to the inside of your left knee and wrap the arm around the outside. This is called Marichi's pose, Marichiasana. The right arm comes behind. And if you would like, you could grab your strap behind you. From the side, it's going to look like this, the bind around the outside of the leg. In this position, you can lift your spine tall and look over your shoulder, or you can explore a rounded spine, chin to chest. And you might try both of those things and just see what happens. It's a really nice opening between the shoulder blades. Yeah. Come back to center, roll out your shoulders, shake out your legs, and we'll switch sides. So you're going to twist to the left side. There you go, just a gentle twist there. Okay. Everybody else bend your right knee, and the arm comes inside the right knee and around. And then the left arm reaches behind. That's a great place to grab a strap if your hands aren't quite together. And breathe. So again, option to sit up a little taller, look over the shoulder, or round your back and feel something between the shoulder blades. Noticing again when your attention gets pulled outward to those outer rings. Use breath as the vehicle that pulls you back here. Attention here. And we'll come back to the center. Tall spine, arms reach. This time a side bend, so with both legs straight out in front of you, drop your left arm and reach your right arm up in the air. Reach and breathe, fingertips lift high, find that space, and then switch up and over. Perfect. And then coming back to center, bend your knees, and we're going to roll down onto our back. Not you. So coming down onto the back, draw your knees into your chest. You want to pull this, just this knee in. You do that a few times. It's an easy little, just that one knee. Is that okay? All right, everybody else, knees to chest. Roll around on your back. Give yourself a nice little massage here. And then let's hold our left knee and drop the right leg down flat. So holding on to the left knee, we're going to take a twist here. This will be our third big twist of the class. So take a hold of the knee and draw it across the body. And the left arm, just keep it right where it is. Left arm extends, turn to look over your left shoulder. This is a belly twist. You should feel this in your abdomen, your internal organs, your spine. Breathe. Stretch. Deepen. Release back to center. Switch sides. Okay, there you go. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to lift that one. And when you're ready, take a twist to the other side. Nice and easy, up and over. What you can do is put your hand here and just drop this arm back. No? Okay. then go ahead and come back to center. Plant your feet on the mat and let's lift up into bridge pose. So if you have a block or something that you'd like to place under your hips in bridge, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, interlace your hands and open up through the chest. For you, reach both arms back behind you and maybe grab somewhere on the chair and pull your chest up. Taking deeper breaths here that expand your chest and your ribs. Breaths that make their way down into your belly. Take 2 more breaths here in bridge pose. And when you're finished with those 2 breaths, release whatever is under you. Allow yourself to come down onto your back. We'll do one final pose here, an inversion. So you're just going to take your legs up in the air. Wiggle your toes, circle your ankle. Just let yourself be slightly upside down. Inversion, the fountain of youth. Just feeling that reverse of circulation, blood flow, energy. And when you feel ready, return your feet to the mat and stretch yourself out long on the floor. If you're in a chair, you're going to do seated Shavasana. And if you're on the floor, you're coming into corpse pose, arms resting at your sides, palms up, eyes closed. Allowing the earth now to just hold your body. Hold your weight. Staying here in our center and noticing each moment with a calm sense of serenity. You might picture in your mind again those rings that are trying to pull you outward. And maybe on the inhale, you feel yourself expand outward. But on the exhale, draw in. Come in to hug that sweet, still center of you. Each breath inviting you in deeper, closer to this point in you where joy resides all the time, regardless of what's going on around you. Be aware of this next breath, a little deeper, a little fuller than the others. And the exhale with an open mouth is like a sigh. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. And take the next few breaths to return to a seat, bringing with you this center, this calm, this ease. Keeping eyes closed, palms turned up. I'd like to leave us today with this visualization of sitting in the center, sitting in our own center. Sitting inside of this space of love, of compassion and kindness, of ease, of joy, of wellness, healing, and health. This true self here in the center. As you take these last few breaths, imagine that self coming out to greet this world, the people here with you today on this screen. And then imagine as we roll up our mats, that self greeting your world and the people you will come into contact with today. How might that look coming from this center? And imagine that from this place, you can make a tiny difference in the world, that outer ring, because you are coming from here. Welcome to paradise. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, this gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for making time today. And maybe as you've practiced with someone who has some broken parts, gratitude for your body and all the parts of it that are working. I am so grateful to each of you for sharing this time today. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hmm.